Hey guys, what's going on? ThePrideOfLDN here. You guys know what to do. As always, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Today we've got a few bits of news to go through, so let's get into it. So let's start off with some news to settle things down and set the record straight on one of the transfers. We have a quote from Frank Lampard from one of his press conferences that is, Tomori absolutely has a long-term future at the club, and that has been said by Lampard. So I guess a lot of people now, myself, I was very worried that Tomori was going to leave. You know my position on it if you watch my videos. I think he is a great talent. He's young, fast, like physically strong, decently tall, not massive for a centre-back, and I think it would have been a great mistake to let him leave the club. Whether Tomori, is looking to move on permanently or not, that's besides the question. Lampard has, outlined his intentions. I'm sure Tomori will be happy to have heard that, and hopefully, he said he has a long-term future at the club. To me, that slightly hints that the fact that Tomori will probably be going out on loan, and then when he comes back he can implement into the squad that way. But for now, Thiago Silva, Zuma, Christensen, Rudiger probably going to be our main four unless we sell one of those, Rudiger or Christensen in this transfer window. Then maybe we will see Tomori staying, but I'm not too sure on it. I'm pretty sure he's going to end up going out on loan, but at least we know that Lampard has plans to keep him and utilise him heading into the future. Maybe has slightly mistreated him as of recent times because he's had the opportunities to play him in cup games, come off the bench and such, but he hasn't, and I do think that is maybe a slight problem. Maybe Lampard does need to see that side of it, because Tomori, from the sounds of things, this could be completely off, isn't too happy at the fact he's not getting playtime. That could be completely off. I don't have a source on that. That's just the impression that you sort of gather from certain news articles that have been going around. So good to hear that Tomori will be at Chelsea for the long term. Then we had an update on Chelsea's longest serving player has left the club, and you might be surprised by the name if you don't keep up to date with our loan army. It's Lucas Piazon. He has spent 10 years at Chelsea and made 3 senior appearances, which sounds crazy to think that he's been there for that long. He's had some massive injury troubles, but of course, he never really made it in this Chelsea team. A lot of people probably haven't even seen him play. So he has been officially transferred to Braga and has moved on, so I wish him all the best. He's recovering from an injury, which is, it was a very nasty injury, so I hope he does well and has a good rest of his career at Braga or wherever he moves to next. Then we have news that Spurs are looking to sign a centre-back, and this might sound weird why I'm mentioning it. His name is Kim Min-jae. He is an Asian centre-back who is nicknamed as the Monster. Kind of, a good nickname to have as a centre-back, strike a bit of fear into your opponents. But Spurs are apparently pressing on with their pursuit of him because there are concerns that Chelsea are going to be going in for a bid for him and try and snap him ahead of Spurs. It's not unusual for us to go in and try and snap a player up last second from a rival like that, because I think we have a better pull than Spurs do, absolutely. So Chelsea could be going in for this guy. I honestly do not know much about him. I know he's 6'3", 24 years old, and that he is nicknamed the Monster, so he must be good, right? No, I generally do not know much about him, so if you guys do, in the comment section, let us all know. I haven't done, I haven't gone and watched a bunch of footage of him and stuff like that, so I don't know if he's any good. So if anyone does know, please feel free to enlighten us down in the comment section down below. On this one, do I think we'll go for him? I don't think so. I think Chelsea's centre-back is probably the least concern at the moment, given that we've currently got, as I've said, Zuma, Thiago Silva, Rudiger Christensen, Ethan Ampadu out on loan, Tomori out on loan, Malang Sarr out on loan. I don't think we really need to be buying him unless he is, the equivalent of a Van Dijk to Liverpool. Then in that case, sure, I would like us to go ahead and get him ahead of Spurs. But on this one, I'm not too sure. I'm sitting on the fence on this. I don't know. Then we have news that there is a club interested in signing Giroud, and that is West Ham. They have officially sold Haller now. I think they took quite a heavy loss on him, and Giroud is now their prime target apparently, which is concerning for Chelsea. The problem, we've seen it in reports recently that Giroud was very happy in London. He doesn't want to move elsewhere, and the fact that obviously West Ham are a London club does strike a little bit of fear into me that they're going to offer him, a decent contract. Obviously, he would be a starter at West Ham, and he'd be getting a lot more minutes heading it, towards the Euros, which is his target at the moment. He wants to be in that France squad for the Euros. So it's a very big problem for us if West Ham can persuade him to move, because, he's not going to have to change his life drastically. He's not going to have to move house, and I'm not sure if he has kids, but, move his kids to different schools, different countries, whatever it could be. it's a very easy move for him to make. So it does concern me a little bit. I'm hoping that he'll see that, you know, he is currently at Chelsea. You know, you could toss up whether him and Tammy Abraham are the best strikers at the moment. Giroud obviously is scoring goals very well this season, has last season. Tammy's doing okay this season again, did okay last season. Timo Werner, of course, not been great as of yet, but, you know, I do have faith that he will improve and is the future going forward alongside Tammy. So, does Giroud want to leave? I'm not sure. Apparently this one will drag late into the transfer window, and it's basically coming down to Chelsea haven't really made a decision on whether Giroud can leave, and that's weird because I've seen reports earlier this month, I reported on them, saying that Chelsea are confident that they don't want to lose Giroud, they want to keep him at the club, which to me makes a lot of sense. You know, yes, he's 30 odd, but he's scoring goals for fun. Like, he scored 4 goals against Sevilla. Like, you know, he's not washed up or anything like that by any means, so definitely want to keep him at the club. But apparently, according to this report, Chelsea have not made a decision on whether he stays or not. We saw the reports previously that Chelsea were interested in signing Erling Haaland, which, you know, okay, yes, I will take Haaland over Giroud because Haaland's much younger and is one of the best strikers in the world and very young. So he's one of the best prospects in the striking position in the entire world right now. Of course I would take him. But, you know, that's a very ifs and buts scenario. Are we actually going to get Erling Haaland? I'd be surprised if we got him at all, let alone in this January transfer window. So, you know, this one is a bit of a toss-up for me. If we're not getting anyone like Haaland, then I absolutely want to keep Giroud because he scores goals for us, and it's quite simple. We need someone who scores goals to win games. Giroud does that, and he brings a different element. Of course, Tammy is a lot more of a poacher, really good in front of the goal, not so much with his heading, but, you know, in general, really good. Giroud is like a target man, supports his teammates really good, does score goals as well, and is really good in the air. So that aerial presence is absolutely key. Timo Werner is the opposite to both of them, really. He's very, very fast, in behind, pretty technical with his feet, not clinical, as I would say Giroud is. And, you know, we've got a good mix of strikers at the moment. So teams coming up, they're going to face us, they're going to think, okay, they're going to use Giroud. We need to be very, you know, aerially dominant. Tammy Abraham, we need to really not give him space in the box because he's got a good finish on him. Timo Werner, we need to watch the pace and the running in behind and things like that. We've got a really good dynamic of 3 strikers at the club at the moment, and that's not even considering our wingers that are threats, our centre mids that are threats, Mason Mount from the edge of the box, all that sort of stuff. So right now, I would say keep Giroud, especially if we're not bringing in anyone that can, you know, make something out of nothing like Giroud can. He's an absolute beast for that. So West Ham, I'm sorry, I can't give you this one unless you're going to give us a cut price on Declan Rice. You know, 30 million for Declan Rice and we'll give you Giroud in top of it. Maybe that would be a good deal or something like that. I don't think West Ham will accept that, but we'll see what happens. Apparently this one will drag late, so this one might be a story for the next couple of weeks. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys up to date, of course. If you did enjoy this video, this is going to be the end of it. Please feel free to leave a like on it, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.